Okay, testing. Okay, so I'm back. Day 5 of the streaming challenge. I'm actually seeing myself in OBS, so I'm gonna minimize the screen so I don't look at myself. Just because if I do, I'm not gonna be fully present. I'm gonna be looking at myself instead of just talking freely. Okay, so yeah, I have other things to say. Just woke up recently, took a shower. I like to stream in the morning because where I am currently it's very hot and I don't have any AC. So in the morning it's more manageable the heat. Instead in the afternoon it's too hard. So yeah, so it's been like a roller coaster, this challenge of streaming. One thing interesting that happened recently is that, well, originally I didn't tell anyone that I was doing this, because what happens sometimes is that when I tell others a project I have, it seems that I end up quitting it. And I think that's because when you tell others, you create expectations and you feel like what the project will be judged by others. And thus those high expectations, whenever you whenever you're doing a project and you find some difficulties, at least in my case, they make me don't want to do it anymore. And I think that's not a great way to do it, because obviously in any project you're always going to find difficulties. Like nothing is going to go perfectly your way. So I think the smarter thing to do is to just don't don't create any expectations. But actually now, kind of related to what I was saying, I'm kind of creating expectations for myself doing this live right now, because what I did recently is that I told my girlfriend that I had this project, right? And I know that she's probably gonna see this. So now I'm like, as I'm speaking, instead of just speaking freely, I'm in the back of my mind. I'm kind of thinking about that what I'm gonna be doing today is gonna be seen by her, and I wanna sound coherent. And like in the beginning of the stream, I was already kind of stumbling, or had a lot of different ideas and didn't know where to start, and I was already thinking about that. So instead, some people call it flow state, some people call it being present. So instead of just being present on what I'm saying and just expressing myself, I was thinking about her and how she's gonna see this later. But yeah, but I mean, in this channel, I'm gonna try to be honest, just share my thoughts. But of course, I'm not 100% honest, because I'm aware that I'm posting this on the internet, and you don't know who's seeing this, right? So personal life stuff, I'm gonna try not to share too much. And in an ideal world where everyone's nice and respectful, and you can share personal, like there's no, I don't see any problem with sharing personal stuff. But we don't live in this world, right? Like if everyone was nice, I wouldn't be worried about sharing personal stuff. Some stuff I wouldn't share either, because it's like it doesn't have any value, or not doesn't have any value, but I won't have the necessity to share. Like I don't know, there's some stuff that people like to hide. Like I don't know, like in movies you never see a scene where the guy or the woman is like going to the bathroom, right? Or sleeping, because obviously that's like, even though that's part of reality, what we share to others, it's not reality, right? It's something else. So streaming is the same. I'm not gonna be my whole person here, even though I'm trying to be honest. So, but yeah, I told my girlfriend that I was gonna be streaming, and the other things happened. So first, like around day 3, I was already I think that was the day when I posted my first 3 shorts. I was already telling her that, oh, I'm working on this project. I'm excited about it. I don't want to tell you anything yet because I was aware that it might ruin the challenge because I tend to quit after I tell people what I'm doing. And yeah, but you see, I posted the shorts and I was excited about the shorts because it got like 1,000 views each. And then that kind of forced me, or not forced me, but influenced me to share it to my girlfriend. And I was like, oh, by day 4, but I'm going to tell you. Okay. And then the next day, that's when I was feeling I didn't want to stream. I was feeling kind of like this project was a waste of time. And I kind of felt a little bit stupid. And like looking at the channel, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I wanted to like delete all videos basically that morning. But somehow, for some reason, well, basically because I wanted to continue that challenge and I didn't want to let down myself. So I was like, I'm just gonna stream anyways. I'll just do it anyways, even though if it's bad. So basically, I lowered my expectations, and I was consistent. And then I did the stream, and it worked well. I actually had a lot of fun. I did a different type of stream, which is just me talking to the camera, and instead of reacting to like soccer news or something, which to me felt more like almost like a chore or like something I had to do. I'm realizing that what I enjoy the most is just like ranting about random stuff and not really having any structure. Like during the day, sometimes ideas come to mind like, oh, or I'd be thinking about something like, oh, I feel like that would be a good thing to talk on stream. But a lot of times I forget, and maybe I think about 3 topics with like each topic having like different subtopics, like let's say 5. But then when I come here, I forget about them. So maybe I talk about a couple of subtopics instead of the whole thing. But yeah, I'll see how I structure my streams in the future. And yeah, so what I learned is to lower your expectations because yeah, like I lowered my expectations and then I streamed and I overcame. And the only reason why I didn't want to stream it was because I had an idea of what I should be doing, like or what my channel should look like, and I wasn't reaching there, and I wasn't even patient enough to see if I could go there. So, so yeah, I think that was a great example for myself to remember in the future. And yeah, and I'm just doing this for fun, and yeah, I shouldn't worry. Like, of course, even if sorry, sometimes I put a little bit too much lip balm. I don't know, it's my lips are shiny now. Um, so sometimes what I was saying about streaming and fun, yeah, even though I'm doing this for fun, I'm aware that other people are gonna see it, right? So I still wanna do like feel respected by those people, or like like if sometimes I feel nervous or I don't want to do this anymore, it's because in my mind I'm scared of like being judged by others. But that shouldn't matter, and I think it's all like I don't have the arguments right now to justify, but it's just a feeling that shouldn't matter. And sometimes not everything should be logical and in your head. Maybe it could just be a feeling. Not everything needs to be explained, and there's things that you know are certain that even though they don't have an explanation, it's still just you can still believe it, right? Like let's say if you saw some alien one day, which it never happened to me, but if and other people say aliens don't exist, but if you saw it and you really believe it, it's fine. Like you have the right to believe in it, and like just because we don't have the tools to verify something, it doesn't automatically make it false, right? But yeah, so I was just doing this challenge for fun, and yeah, and the thing is, I'm not scared of being judged by like some random guy in Ethiopia or something that the algorithm is gonna bring this video to. It's more about like being judged by people in my surrounding that for some reason would find this channel and be like, what is this guy doing? Like he's like embarrassing himself for like 100 views. Because that's the other thing. I feel like a lot of people, when you're trying to do something different, in the beginning, when you're not successful in terms of money or being famous, you're gonna look kind of stupid, and people are gonna like look down on you and judge you. Like I seen that in different cases. But then when you start being successful and you can make money, like you can like justify what you did in the past, which they thought was embarrassing, and then they think you're cool, right? Like let's say, as if like you want to become a singer and you start posting TikToks, then in the beginning probably people are gonna think it's cringe, but then if for some reason you start being successful, then people are gonna think it's cool when you're basically doing the same thing, right? You're just singing. So I wonder why that happens. But yeah, like in my high school there was this guy who now is like a famous singer. Like I don't know, maybe he has like 200,000 followers or something, and like he's like a professional singer. Like he makes a living out of singing. Like he makes pretty like experimental or alternative, like kind of like trap, I would say. And then, but I know like in the beginning, I wasn't there in the beginning because I was studying abroad, but I have a feeling that people would judge him and people would make fun of him. But now that he's successful, people think he's cool. And I think that happens with all artists. Yeah. And I know for a fact because people would gossip, I think. Like there's the thing, people gossiping about what you're doing and thinking that's like what you're doing is embarrassing or stupid, and therefore excluding you. Which I don't really know why that happens. I think, like, by the way, like everything I say is just, you could think of it as like humor or don't take it seriously. I'm just ranting, and it's not, you should not listen to like a guy on the internet. And everything, the way I look at it, anything you watch on YouTube, I see it as entertainment. It's the same as watching a movie, or I don't try to go to YouTube to learn. I mean, I do a little bit, but if I'm being honest to myself, it's just entertainment. Because if I really want to learn, I would like read a book or be somewhere that I can be fully present. Just the format of videos, I think it's harder. Or I would be like taking notes. But if you're just watching like a YouTube video, it's think of it as entertainment. As it could be like a healthy entertainment, like it could be an entertainment where you're learning new ideas or you're getting different perspectives. But yeah, like what they call it, the rise of the pseudo intellectualism or pseudo intellectual, like because now people like me that grew up watching YouTube now are older and they're a bit smarter, so they watch smaller content on YouTube, and there's people that kind of take advantage of that in a way where they talk about like more complex topics but make it easier to grasp and easier to consume, so you feel like good about yourself because you feel like you're learning something, but you're actually just wasting time watching YouTube. And of course there's some channels and some content, like maybe some documentaries, which is useful, but then there's other ones that are just like clickbaiting and talking about like, oh, the economy is going to crash or AI is going to replace your jobs, and you feel like you're learning something, but actually they're just taking advantage of you. And the real real way to make money in AI is talking about AI, either to investors or to a camera, to like in the news or on YouTube. Those are getting all the AdSense and all the views. Like a podcast of like 2 hours that has like 1 million views, that's a lot of money, because the RPM, meaning how much money YouTube pays you per view, is super high, because the longer the video, the more they pay you. But anyways, I'll talk about that in more detail another day, about my opinion about AI and stuff. But you see, that was a topic that I had thought about before, and I wanted to share here. But what I was saying is that why do people judge others? Like all of this comes from me thinking like, why am I scared of people judging my YouTube channel? Because obviously I am, because I'm not like, or sometimes when I talk here, I'm not like supernatural. Like I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about others judging me. So now a lot less, but so it's harder to understand, or maybe I'll try to understand why that happens to me. But first, some idea I had of like, why do people judge others? I think one possible way, which I'm just coming up right now, I don't know if it's gonna make sense, but it's like we as humans, we kind of live in a like we live with other humans, right? We need to cooperate. We live like we used to live like in a tribe or like in a town, and we depend on each other. Like if one day my car breaks down, I need another human to help me. Or if one day I break my leg, I need another human to help me fix it or help me go to the hospital. Or if I was alone, we would probably die, or I would probably die in like a month maybe, let's say. So we depend on others. So what that means, that we care what other people think about us. Like we need other people to help us, right? So when there's someone who is doing something different, it's risky. It's risky because there's the chance that people don't accept him and they like kick him out of the town and he has to live alone in the forest, right? Like let's say you're in a town where no one sings, and then you suddenly want to become a singer and you walk around in the town singing. Then if the town doesn't like that, then they might kick you out and you're gonna die. Okay. And then what happens is like people, maybe there's some people, there's maybe like there's 90% of people that don't like you sing and 10% that do like when you sing. But those people don't want to be associated with you, because if they are, and they're gonna get kicked out with you of the town, right? So they don't want to. When there's someone that's doing something risky, something embarrassing, you don't want to be associated with them, because if not, people are gonna think you're embarrassing also. But then when other people start thinking that, oh, this person is cool, then you want to be associated with them and you start thinking they're cool as well. And you try to get close to them to get some of that, what we now call like clout or respect from other people. So, yeah, but it doesn't mean, my conclusion out of that is that when you're doing something new and like risky, which I'm not doing nothing crazy, I'm just talking to a camera and posting, but like not everyone does it, right? I feel like there's still like there's like, oh, like if I did it, I feel like people would just like, oh, this guy wants to be an influencer, like what is this guy doing, you know? And so when people, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, I guess people, oh yeah, so the conclusion out of this is that if you're doing something risky and you feel like no one likes it, like zero or very little people, it doesn't actually mean that no one likes it. It means that just if the majority of people don't like it, there's the rest that are like indecisive, or they might like it a little bit. They're not gonna say it because they don't wanna be associated with something that's not cool. So in the beginning, it's always hard because you feel like you're wasting your time, or no one understands you, or you feel society is gonna reject you. But then if you're doing something risky and you have a couple people that understand it or like it, then you already accomplish your goal. Well, not accomplish your goal, but you can, it's like more sustainable. Like you can keep on going and you can maybe make a living out of it, or and you're not scared from the opinion of others, right? And that's why it's best to kind of tying it back to content. And just in life in general, but content as a metaphor of life. It's best to put your true self out there and kind of sustain the storm of like the beginning, where you feel like no one likes you, or you feel like what you're doing doesn't make sense. And then over time, if you keep on going, you're gonna find the right people, even if it's just 5, and it's like slowly gonna grow. And the good part is that since you're being your true self, and since most people think you're stupid or don't respect what you're doing, the people that actually support it are really gonna support it because they need to go against the majority of people. So that is like a method to find people that you really connect with, right? And yeah, and then over time you're gonna find, and it's not like you need everyone to like you, right? You just need a couple, you just need some people. The same with content, the same with friendship. Even though with content it's actually a lot easier than with friendship because with content you have access to the whole world, right? So if you're putting your true self out on the internet, that it could be like, oh, you want to make money out of it, or you want to express yourself creatively, or you want to try to find other people like you. If you're doing that, the algorithm is gonna like show it to people, right? And like eventually you're gonna find, and you have access to a lot more, like not everyone in the world, but a lot more than your town or your city before the internet. And also you are expressing yourself fully, like for an hour, right? In real life you don't really do that. In real life there's no a lot of situations where you're sharing your true self and then some other person can look at it at their own convenience, because maybe like talking to someone, there's like there's like things of daily life, like you're going to supermarket, you're going to the hospital, or you need to go to work. But with the internet, like people can connect with ideas whenever, or people can connect with ideas, or people can connect to other people when at their convenience and with like their full attention. I mean, yeah, if they wanted to. Nowadays most of the people on the internet are not giving their full attention because it's all scrolling, but theoretically it could be done, right? So you can post videos on YouTube, or yeah, I'm saying like you can do it, but I'm really talking about myself and like kind of my opinion on content creation and just random thoughts. So I can post videos, and the key is really consistency, because it's about volume. Like you need to create enough so other people find you, right? So just keep on posting, keep on posting, keep on posting, and eventually some people will find you. And then, well, you keep on posting because you enjoy it, right? Do something you enjoy, and it doesn't really cost you anything. Like to me, doing these videos, what it cost me, like I have a computer already. It doesn't cost me anything. It's all free. And then the thing that is kind of tiresome is editing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce the editing and simplify it a lot more, so I can just be like just share the essence of what my thoughts, and then like do it in a way that it's easy for me to be consistent, right? And I will try to post a little bit of shorts, but I'll be doing that later, like in the future, once I experimented with what I want to do. And then because shorts and all of that is like a great way to grow. It's like the opportunity is so big. It's like I feel like I would be stupid if I don't take it. But you wanna turn on the machine, like growth machine of shorts and all of that, once you're doing the content you want, because if not you get obsessed with the views from the shorts and you're chasing something that is not really what you want to do, which I'll talk about later. But you don't need that many people to watch you. Like in my case, I don't need anyone to watch me, if I was thinking about, because I'm just doing this for fun. I'm just doing this almost like physiotherapy, like just sharing my thoughts, kind of liberating all of these ideas from myself, because I feel like I cannot really express them with that many people. And what alternatives I have would be like writing it down, right? And I think that's what people do, like they write essays. However, I don't really like writing, it's like it takes too long. Like I have, it's like it's like same with writing with pen. Like I have too many things to say, and I get bored writing. It is good to write because you structure your ideas, but even when I write, they're not really structured, and I feel like I'm just ranting. And when I write, so might as well just rant with a voice note. And if I really want, I can look at the transcript of this video later, which I was, which is what I was doing sometimes last semester when I was like recording my thoughts, and then I thought like it would be cool to get the transcript and like put it into AI, give me a summary, and then, or not even not necessarily a summary, but like clean it up so I can have a like a diary of myself, of my thoughts. But I stopped that, and now I'm doing this, which I didn't think about it as a diary. I just thought about it as a challenge and trying to make money because I saw the Ludwig videos about how to be a streamer. But I think honestly, I was like having to find a way that society or other people feel accept, which is money. Like I feel like, oh, what I really want to do is use YouTube to express myself, but that is kind of weird and risky. So what I'm going to justify it by saying like, oh, I'm doing a challenge to see how much money I make because that's more acceptable by society. But I tried that and I ended up just doing what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I used to record my notes, but I stopped, and I wonder why. But what I was thinking is that like, okay, with YouTube, I like doing recording my notes is good for my mental health, and my mental health is good for me to be more active and therefore do a better job and make more money. So actually, recording the notes is a way to make more money. But there's so many steps there that my monkey brain doesn't understand like at the moment. Like now I understand, but like while I'm actually having to do it, I forget or my brain doesn't go there. But instead with this YouTube is like the connection to money is like a lot closer. So it's like I post a video and it could make money. So I'm more incentivized to do it, and I've been doing it for 7 days. But anyways, my point is not, well, my point is that I'm not doing this for money anymore because I'm enjoying it, and it's more as a hobby. Because if I do it as as a stream, like as the main income, then I'll get stressed out and I'll put too much expectations, and I won't enjoy doing it, and I'll stop. Because what I learned is like if I don't enjoy doing something, I'll stop. And like one of the keys to success, in my opinion, is consistency. And it doesn't need to be like consistency like what those gurus say, but I mean just you need to produce some type of volume that then you can iterate on. Like you can experiment. Like if you want to make cakes, then you need to make a lot of cakes until you find one that's good and people want to buy it. If you want to make cakes and you only make 3 cakes and then no one buys it and you quit, then obviously you're not going to be successful, right? So so now I'm just doing this for fun. And even if you wanted to make money, just think that you don't need to get millions of views. Like through the internet, you just need to get like, I don't know, maybe 50,000 people in the whole world out of like 7 or 8 billion, I believe there is 50,000 people that like spend like 1 hour a day watching your content. You know, it's not that much. So the key is to find them organically, and it takes time because that's the thing. The algorithm, like the YouTube algorithm, is super meritocratic, and it's super cool that you can like anyone can post videos, and it's like for free. So the only thing you need to do is like post a lot, and eventually the algorithm will find the audience for you. But that's the thing. A mistake I made in the beginning is that the algorithm is made to maximize engagement, basically, right? I mean, what I'm gonna say is pretty obvious, but like YouTube makes money through ads, so they want people to watch more YouTube. So what they do is they build an algorithm that connects the best videos with the right people, best in the sense of the ones that people will watch more. because that they can sell more ads, right? But so then what happens that people like me wanna grow an audience. So they one way to do that is you look at what videos have been successful in the past, like those shorts, and those shorts that are successful, they kind of hack the brain. Like they have a hook and they do like whatever, like a visual hook, and they talk about like something controversial or something that's very people in the mind of other people currently, and that allows them to have a lot of views, right? But when you're doing that, you're like reaching a mass audience, and you're not, at least in my case, I'm not enjoying it because I'm like copying someone else's videos just to get views. And then because I think that I wanna use YouTube to express myself and I wanna make money so I can do it, like so I can justify myself doing it. So yeah, so you post those videos, but then if the videos don't get any views, you feel very bad, right? It's like you failed, and you feel like, oh, I just recorded and edited this video for 2 hours, and then it's a waste of time. So I think a better strategy for me is um, just don't copy anyone, okay, in a way, because I think I enjoy stuff when it's like an idea I had myself. Like if I had one idea, like, oh, let me make painting about a dog, and I do it, and I go from like 0 to 1, as they say, like it goes from idea to something, then that seems cool. Like I enjoy that. I enjoy the process. But when I'm like trying to copy something, like, oh, I saw Picasso's painting, it's very famous, let me try to do one similar to him, then I feel bad. Like if unless I like make a lot of money from it, then I feel like some pleasure from the money for like a day. But beyond that, I kind of feel bad. And especially if it doesn't work out because you feel like you're selling yourself, or like you're doing something that is not true to yourself just because you want some outcome, which most of the time doesn't come because uh, sometimes, at least in YouTube or in life, to be successful, you need to like enjoy it. And yeah, and if you're not doing something true to yourself, sometimes it's hard to enjoy, at least myself. But at the same time, it is true that there's certain methods or techniques in YouTube that make the video more consumable, and therefore people that are scrolling basically um, like watch it more, right? But that's like a different topic of like, are you trying to do something for the market or something for yourself and all of that? So yeah, so with this channel in the beginning, I was trying to post shorts because I wanted to get views and then make some money and then justify myself on why I'm doing this channel. But now I'm realizing that I'm just doing this channel to express myself, so it doesn't matter how much money I get, and it doesn't matter how many views, because I'm just doing this to express myself. And even if I would get happy if one of those shorts talking about soccer got 1,000 views, but then if it only got 100, I would get sad. But like it's the same thing. Like 1,000 or 100 doesn't change anything for me. Even if I wanted to make money, the difference. So it doesn't make any sense. So what is best is my content strategy from now on is just be myself, share my thoughts. I have some ideas on how I want the stream to look. Right now it's just my face, but I think I could find creative ways to like make the stream like different. Like it could be like a room with like maybe like a fish tank in my head inside of the fish tank, and there are like some artifacts on the stream that people can interact with, or I can interact with, because like I don't want to be thinking about other people, but or something that rotates. I even thought like, I don't want it to be too similar of like people putting like Subway Surfers content and the next to their stream so people watch it. I don't want to do something to like engagement bait. I want to do something that is like different, like cool. And yeah, so I can do stuff like that. And then once I'm consistently making content, like I don't know what I'll do once I start, once the summer ends, but I find it difficult to do a stream every day. What I might do is like I might just stream during the weekend or something for like maybe 1 hour a night or whenever, and this I'll just find like the reason I would want to do it every day is because it is actually good for me to let go of all of these ideas, but I could just do it with a real person instead of sharing it on the internet. A real person that the thing is, a lot of real people don't really, in day to day, like I said before, don't really have the time to listen to you for an hour. So you either need a psychologist, because psychology is basically you're paying someone to listen to you with their full attention. It's like, oh, what's the point of a psychologist? Just talk to your friend, but most of the time your friend doesn't want to listen to you, right? I was just thinking about that recently, like, oh, why should what's the point of a psychologist? But yeah, a friend does most of the time doesn't want to listen to you with their undivided attention. At the same time, they're not under a contract, or I believe psychologists cannot share the information that you're telling them, right? It's all private. So yeah, so it makes a lot of sense, because out of all of your the people you're close to, you're gonna talk to them, because a lot of the times the problems you have is with them. So it's hard to talk to them about that. Then they don't want to listen to you, and they might gossip about it to other people, or you're not gonna feel, unless there's a contract between the two people, you're not gonna feel confident enough to really share yourself, right? So with me, instead of talking to the camera, I could do that with the psychologist, or with my girlfriend, which she sometimes is able to listen to me for like an hour, right? Or I guess that's why people write essays, right? Because they like rant, like they share all of their thoughts somewhere, and then that's like there forever. And then whenever someone else actually wants to pay attention to the thoughts, they can just read it, right? So my version of writing essays is this: just sharing my thoughts. And someone on YouTube at some point, if they find it interesting, they can watch it. Because what I'm gonna be doing is doing the streaming, and then out of all my rant, I'll like make segments and put like a title or something about what I was talking about, which sometimes will be difficult because I'm like switching topics. But I think for now, or up until now, I've been mainly talking about content creation and kind of relating it to my view on life. And then maybe later if I talk about soccer, but I was thinking I could talk about if like my view of like how soccer has come to America, and like how Americans view soccer and all of that, and what's going on with social media and soccer, but I could do that later. Right. And yeah, so this is like a video diary. And of course with a psychologist you're sharing stuff. Like with a psychologist it could help you just share ideas, just let everything out. Or it could actually help you fix traumas and stuff. Obviously with YouTube I'm not gonna be trying to fix traumas here, because to fix traumas you need like some feedback, and you're like exposing stuff that doesn't need to be out there, and the people listening to those traumas are not really gonna, some are gonna try to help you, but the feedback is like pretty late. Like the psychologist is a lot faster, and a lot of the people listening will just try to troll you and make fun of you. So yeah, but the important part of just letting go of ideas, which you can do with a psychologist, or you can do with writing an essay that I'm doing with talking to a camera and posting it to YouTube. And yeah, and with my girlfriend, she was giving me good advice of simplifying it so I can be consistent. So I was thinking maybe the thumbnails could just be like just me, and there's different people, I'm gonna be doing it in different days, right? So I'll have different t-shirts and stuff, so you'll see that it's different. Like, because I think if I post 3 videos with the same thumbnail, I think it can be a little bit boring. So I'll have different t-shirts, and if it's different segments of the same day, I'll just do like this or like this. I don't know. I think I'll take pictures like this just to do something different, and yeah. So I think that's all my rant about content creation, or at least I've been able to enter like a flow, kind of like a flow state where I was just sharing a bunch of stuff, and now I'm like I kind of run out of ideas, or I'm like slowing down for a second until something else comes up. So I'm just gonna drink a little bit of water. Yeah, I think that's all for the first thing I wanted to talk about. And I don't know if I want to go on to the next segment and talk about soccer. I think I do have stuff to do. Like, it's the summer, but I need to do homework and stuff, and I might just leave it for today. I feel satisfied with today, and I feel like today I was able to express myself pretty well. Not in a sense of delivering the message, but in a sense of being present and not worrying about what others think. And if you're curious, my setup right now is I have OBS, and then I minimize the screen, and then I just look at my screensaver while I talk. And yeah, sometimes I look up because I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird looking direct at the camera, I think. So I either look below the camera a little bit at my screensaver, or it's not that good because it's emitting blue light, so I just look up. But I think when I look up, it looks kind of weird because the camera's at a down angle. So I don't know, we'll see. And for some reason, my screensavers change. I used to have because originally I wanted to talk about soccer. So I looked at the default wallpapers from Apple, and I found one of like a green field in China. And for some reason today it changed automatically to like a forest. So I don't know if that's a sign that I made a change in my YouTube channel or what. But yeah, I wanted to share that, some little anecdotes of the growth of the channel. But yeah, I'll I think I'll stop talking about the growth of the channel like I was doing before, like giving updates about the shorts and stuff, because I'm not gonna be doing that anymore. Like I'll just be streaming, and then maybe if I have time, like posting the videos, and then maybe in a week or two, like once I see that I'm continuing this and I wanna like share with more people, then I'll start posting shorts for the algorithm to to find me. Because yeah, but this video most likely no one gonna see it, because maybe only my girlfriend, because to grow on, well, maybe the segments get a couple of views, but right now the shorts are getting like a couple like thousand of views, but the long format videos are not, because it's a lot more difficult for people to like spend 10 minutes watching a video, right? And yeah, and I think I'll just do OBS, just stream and not look at the views, because yeah, there's no point of it. It's just like the dopamine rush of seeing if the views increase. So now I'm gonna go, when I finish this, I'm gonna go take a break, and then I'm gonna do some homework, and yeah, that's it. And then tomorrow will be, well, I still have 2 more days of streaming, so I think I'll do stuff like that. I think I'll save the soccer content, well, like the World Cup thoughts on that, for tomorrow. And yeah, I feel like now I'm just dragging on because I don't have much to say, which is fine also, and I should. Like now I'm feeling self-conscious of like, oh, I don't know what to say, but who cares? Like that happens sometimes. Yeah, because if I'm doing this for others, then I would try to avoid moments of silence. But if I'm doing this for myself, then there's gonna be moments of silence. And if I'm trying to sell you the channel, which I shouldn't, is so maybe sometimes it's good for viewers to have in the middle of the video a moment of silence. Because even though we're using computers and using YouTube, it doesn't mean we need to be unhealthy, or, we can do it in a sustainable way, in a healthy way. So yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about tomorrow, about the types of content on YouTube and how to live a good life even though we are in the digital era. Okay, so I'll stop now with this, and I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe I post some videos, but yeah, happy about today. Thank you to my girlfriend for giving me some advice and supporting me, and I'll be back tomorrow.